what up, Gringo Gang? It's your boy Emerald Amigo. I'm back at it again, man. So, like I told you, we got a lot to talk about in the music world right now. And if you don't know, of course, the Breakfast Club is one of our most powerful sources for all hip hop and music news. And they made a few changes over the last year or two when it comes to the personnel and our beloved Breakfast Club hosts and members that we've become so accustomed to. The Charlemagne the Gods, the DJ Envies, the Angela Yees. But wait, Angela Yee, she got tired of the ish and she was ready to spread her wings and do her own thing. So she dipped and she went all the way up with Angela Yee, all the way over there. So she doing her thing. So they had to replace her. They had to find another member. And I dropped a video along with everybody else to let you know who the new member was. It's this young lady right here, Miss Jess Hilarious. And we all watch her come up in the comedy world with the helps of Wild and Out, Instagram, Jess with the Mess. She came in and added some comedic relief to the show. And they've been vibing and things been going well. And then Jess went and had her child and took a little hiatus for maybe a couple of days, couple of weeks from the show. Then she started participating back in the show via Skype or via online video calls. And she was still hosting the show. And now she's made her way back, I guess, recovering from having a new child. And since her return, she's brought in help from a new young lady by the name of Lauren, who assists her in giving the news updates and political updates and things like that. And a lot of people are starting to say that this new young lady, Miss Lauren, who comes in for a short segment throughout the show, they're starting to say that she's performing way better than Jess Hilarious is, and she might take her spot. Now, we don't want to see that. You know what I mean? If anything, we want to see the young lady Lauren be added to the lineup instead of being a replacement in the lineup. But the people are talking. That's what they're saying. More people are saying that Jess isn't contributing to the show as much as the girl that she brought on to help out, along with Charlemagne and DJ Envy. They saying that Jess is the weak link right now. She's looking like the weak link. And that's what the whole internet is saying. And all of that led to the most recent explosiveness that we're witnessing on the Breakfast Club, because all of those comments and all of these circulating sentiments and dialogue about Jess's performance, it got under her skin, and Jess felt the need to come out and speak on it. And I'll just say that it's leading to more foolishness than good, in my opinion. But, of course, shout out to the homie Stephen A. Smith. He clipped it up and he had a reaction to the way Jess went about expressing her feelings on the matter, on all of this uproar about her role on the Breakfast Club on the internet. And let's take a look and see what she had to say, man.
Person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one mother ever with this online shit. Like, why should we have to keep planning? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that much crazy.
Uh-oh.
Not as crazy it is try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, man. I'm telling you, I don't give a. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'ma play with. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's some other reason. I always got my mouth open. All the time. How about y'all clear some of this shit up for y'all teammate? That shit is ran like a high school. Yeah. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High.
Nah, that's wild. That's wild. So Jess came to the internet to defend herself against all of these comments that she has become the weakest link on the Breakfast Club. And boy, that's that Baltimore coming out of her, man. You know, it's certain cities in the United States where you know, people ain't to be played with, and people ain't gonna hold back nothing. You know what I mean? They gonna say what's on their mind. They gonna tell it how it is, man. They don't give a f what nobody got to say about it. And just lived up to that standard, man. I think it's wild. Like uh, the comments about, you know, Angela Yee leaving, and I see why she left, and you know, because y'all ain't having my back and y'all messy and y'all move like high schoolers and all that. I'm like, whoa, oh man, oh, she feel a type of way. Like, it would have been one thing to just stop and say, hey, you know what I mean? I don't understand why y'all ain't having my back and y'all just, you know, letting everybody criticize me and leaving me out here on the island by myself. But, you know, when you throw in the, oh, I see why Angela left. You know, y'all ain't shit. Like, oh, damn. You know, like, you do know you still got to go back and work with these same people tomorrow. Like, that's wild. Like, hold on, chill. Like, you know, you probably signed a contract for a certain amount of time that you got to work with them. You can't just be popping off on these folks and just talking reckless, and then you got to go to work the next day and look them in the face after saying it. Like, hey, that's wild. That's different.
I get up every day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work, you ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. Hell no. I have more fun outside the studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy? Good Lord.
Good Lord is right. Like, wow. Then to say that, shoot, I don't be coming to work because I'm trying to do other shows rather than being with y'all, and you still under contract. Like, you still gotta come and work with these people every day. You just completely disowning them and dissing them and saying they ain't shit and they not good to work with. And I would have been left their ass too without Angela. And that's crazy. Like, man, look, I understand how she feel, but you gotta kind of, you know, stick to the issue. You gotta stick to what's bothering you in particular that they're doing, instead of just firing off and throwing insults about everybody's character and the whole setup and the whole situation, because now you making it a unworkable environment. Like, before you even got one foot out the door, you ain't even got one foot out the door yet. You just started. Like, I'm sure you got a little while left to go to where you're gonna be stuck working with those people with this whole speech that you gave lingering in the back of everybody's heads for however many years or months you got left to sit there and look them people in the faces. And even when you start feeling better and you don't feel that way no more, they still gonna remember what you said, and they always about to be treating you a little bit iffy. They gonna be, you know, giving you weird energy for the remainder of y'all time together, because you felt the need to spaz out and you couldn't control your emotions, that's not good, man. Let's see what Steve and A got to say about this.
You still need to support each other as teammates publicly.
Facts.
It ain't over till it's over.
Facts.
Too young to notice in all likelihood, but Red Holtzman, former head coach for the New York Knicks, coach when they won the championship in 1973, used to come up with this line: "They're your teammates until they not. They're your problem until they not. While you on the same squad, you ride together. Come hella high water." There are rare exceptions to that rule. Because even when the rule is legitimately broken, you still end up looking bad if you go at your teammates while they're your teammates.
That is, I couldn't have said it better myself. Like, man, like, that's like being on a basketball team and getting on the internet talking bad about everybody in your starting lineup, and the next game you wondering why ain't nobody passing you the ball. You see what I'm saying? Like, you wondering why ain't nobody setting up screens for you. They let you get double teamed. They letting people hack you and foul you and knock you to the ground, and ain't nobody, none of your teammates coming to help you up because you acting like an op. You talking bad about them folks like they your ops and they supposed to be your team. Like, I don't understand why she thought that was the way to go about it, to come that gritty and to be that savage with the people that she got to clock in with the next day. Like, when she was going on that rant, did she think that she was finna go in the next day and quit? Like, that's usually some shit that you say after you'd already handed in your 2-week notice, or after you'd already quit and knocked some shit over in the office. Then you go online and say some shit like that. Like, you don't say that in the middle of your tenure with the job. Like, how was she expecting that to play out? That's wild.
In terms of saying it could have been handled better, it's bosses everywhere that will have a hold of that clip.
Yeah.
And could potentially say, is this how she'll talk about us if we make her unhappy? Will she go public and do that? Sometimes it's disciplining yourself enough to swallow, like you said you would swallow. You keep your mouth shut, like you said you did. You was quiet because until you couldn't take anymore. Explode in private next time.
Now that was 100% real, and this is the main reason that I wanted to cover this, because think about all the opportunities that she put in jeopardy by taking this direction to react to this situation. By reacting in the manner that she did, it makes it look like she's willing to betray any and everybody that she works with the moment that she feels uncomfortable, the moment that she's unhappy. Like, there's a certain way, even the Lauren girl said on the show when they were discussing it, that if she had a problem, she could call her. That they don't have to like each other. They don't have to be friends, but they could talk about it rather than talking about it to the whole world first. Like, as adults, it's important for all of us to know that if you got a problem, instead of going all around the problem and exposing it to the whole world, try to solve it with the person or the people you had a problem with first, and use the exposing it to the world as a final resort if you talking to the original person doesn't work, if it's not getting through to them. That's when you do something like that. But for you to just spaz and denounce everyone around you that you work with is the first option, that makes you look horrible as a employee, co-worker, a collaborative. It makes it look like you can't be trusted. You know, like you just like you don't understand the code and ethics of the game and how to politic, and that'll make people not want to deal with you. It's the same thing when I see, people being upset with their bosses or the co-workers or whatever, and they ready to get up in the person's face if they got a problem with, or they ready to cuss out the manager or whatever. They ready to lose their whole job, throw their whole income away just because they got mad one time. And then once they spaz out and they fight the co-worker or they cuss out the boss or try to fight the boss or whatever, and they lose the job, then you ain't got no money. Then the company won't rehire you. If the next company you try to work for asks that company what happened, they not gonna hire you. You just messed up so many opportunities. You just caused so many problems that didn't have to be problems because you couldn't control your emotions and you had to lash out immediately instead of sitting back, thinking, and handling the situation in a calmer, more peaceful, more logical route. But if you move in this way, you're not going to have a very bright future at all, because people don't forget what you did. Like, people don't take those type of things lightly. No matter if you changed and became a new person the very next day, once you do something like that, it leaves a stain on people's brains and people lose a lot of respect for you. And let's take a look at the aftermath of DJ Envy expressing how he felt about her outburst and how she handled it after the fact.
With them, because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
Oh, come on.
I know who I am. I know what I do. If you let them people get in the comments and F with you, you're great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like, you a dope.
She's very...
So, Envy is starting off. He's saying, what do people online who don't have anything to do with what we're doing in this studio, they don't put in the work we put in. They don't know how this operates, and they just talking. You can't pay no attention to what spectators have to say. He's 100% right. Because if you let them have any power over your mood, your attitude, your belief in yourself, you can crash and burn every time. Because misery loves company. Since they're not getting anything done, they're not accomplishing anything, of course they want to criticize you all day and bring you down to that level. So you always have to look above that. But as you can see, Jess still has this stance of, I'm not trying to hear it, like, whatever, like, you don't tell me not to care about what they like. So she's standing 10 toes down on believing that she was right about how she felt and how she handled the situation. Let's keep it going.
You let them people piss you off? No, F them niggas. You nice. Like, what you do is funny.
I tell her that all the time, on air,
You brought
off
that
air.
energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club. Yeah. And you let a bitch-ass person in the comments say something to steer you up. I tell you, F them niggas.
We don't even know who these people are. Nigga.
They could be bots and all that. But, and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes. Like, I F with you the long way, not on some internet-ish.
And once again, he is displaying the same message to her that Lauren said to her. You're addressing us publicly and confronting us in front of the whole world instead of doing it behind the scenes like any professional would do. You come to the person you had a problem with first with your issue before you expose it to the whole world, because it's something that could have been fixed between you guys, and all of this ruckus, all of this drama could have been avoided. But now everyone has to do damage control because you couldn't control your feelings and emotions, and now you have brought this unnecessary negative attention to the group that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
This sounds very light-skinned. But let's go to the phones. 1-800-585-1051. Let's open the phone lines. Everybody woosah.
I'm going to get a sparkling water.
I got my candles lit. I got my candles lit. If you need me to light sage, I'll light sage. Just want to fight. Envy being beige.
And you know, see Charlemagne doing what Charlemagne do. You know what I mean? Avoiding the conflict, making jokes, you know, trying to shut everything down to get them back on program. But Envy, it obviously has one of those spirits of, if he feels a certain way, he's genuine about how he feels. He got to keep it real with you, and he's not gonna hold nothing back for ratings, to be fake in front of nobody. You know what I mean? He's not just gonna let you slide to look good in front of the public. You know what I mean? He felt offended. He didn't like the way she went about it. Like you heard him say, he actually does like her and believe in her. So he was deeply hurt by the message and the energy that she expressed towards them in that rant that she gave in the first clip. And now you see Jessica over there crying and getting emotional and shedding tears because she knows she's wrong. She knows she hurt somebody. She knows she offended people when, in the beginning, when she was making that rant, all she was thinking about was herself. But then when you see the aftermath, then all of a sudden you come to the realization that you did wrong and that you fucked up and you really affected people in a major negative way that you ain't gonna be able to take back. And that's why I had to go over this story, to let you guys know, before you react to something that offends you, or before you go and you're ready to just unleash your anger towards someone who rubbed you the wrong way, take a moment to try to find the most calm and peaceful and diplomatic way that you can handle the situation, because you never know when you're gonna need that person who you're about to spaz out on. You don't know when you're gonna need them again in the future. And also, you don't know if you're even gonna feel the same way the next day. But once you let Pandora out the box, it's too late. You can't take it back. Now on the Breakfast Club, every time Jessica shows up, she got that monkey on her back. You can't say nothing around her. We're gonna have private meetings over here, and we're gonna be having meetings behind her back because we don't feel the same way about her. She not gonna be invited to certain events that we usually invite the whole team to because we feel a way about her. If a person has an opportunity that they tell Charlemagne or Envy about that Jessica would be good for, now I don't even know if I want to throw the alley-oop for her because of the type of shit that she said about me. You see what I'm saying? Like, take this as a lesson to anybody, you know what I mean, who has trouble controlling their emotions and controlling their reactions to things. You can really mess up your bag if you're too quick to act off impulse rather than being rational about situations, no matter how you feel about it or how right you feel you are in a situation. You always got to think long term and imagine how things will play out, and if it's really going to work in your benefit or if it's going to work against you, to get off that steam, to get your feelings off, to let people know that you stand in 10 toes, that you stand on business. Is it really worth it in the end? Y'all make sure in any situation you in that y'all consider that type of stuff. But that's it on the Breakfast Club. That's how they go. So we'll see how they if they can mend the situation and get back to normal. But more than likely, it'll never be the same again. You know what I'm saying? With this group, at least. So it's your boy Emerald Amigo once again, Gringo Gang. I appreciate y'all tuning in again for me, man. It's been crazy. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. And we're gonna keep it pushing, keep it rolling, keep dropping, man. I'ma holler at y'all in the next one. Yes, sir. Ski.